What's up, Commanders fans? Welcome back to Commanders HQ, your go-to source for all things burgundy and gold. The offseason is heating up, and Washington is making moves to strengthen this team for an even bigger 2025 season. But before we dive into today's juicy topic, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and ensures you never miss a breaking Commanders update. Now let's get into it. As the Washington Commanders look to build a championship-caliber team, one name that has surfaced as a potential free agent target is Los Angeles Chargers cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. According to NFL analysts, Samuel would be a great fit for Washington's defense, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense. If the name sounds familiar, it's because his father, Asante Samuel Sr., was an elite defensive back during his time in the league, winning 2 Super Bowls and leading the NFL in interceptions twice. While the younger Samuel hasn't quite reached those heights, he has proven to be a solid, reliable corner during his 4 seasons with the Chargers. With 6 career interceptions and consistent production in coverage, he's now set to test free agency, and the Commanders could be a perfect landing spot. So, why does Washington make sense? First, let's talk about scheme. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report pointed out that new Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter's system doesn't suit Samuel's strengths. That means the 25-year-old corner will likely be looking for a fresh start elsewhere. And here's where things get interesting. Washington's defensive backs coach, Tom Donatel, was in charge of the Chargers secondary in 2023. That connection could give the Commanders an inside track if they decide to pursue Samuel in free agency. Another big factor? Washington's cornerback room needs a young, talented playmaker. Last season, the team leaned on veteran DBs, but now it's time to inject some fresh legs into the secondary. Samuel, at just 25 years old, brings youth, experience, and potential. Upside, something every NFL team values. Adam Peters, Washington's new general manager, has already proven he can find hidden gems in free agency. Just look at some of his recent signings. Frankie Louvu, Dante Fowler Jr., and Jeremy Chin. All guys who had been overlooked but came in and contributed right away. If Washington signed Samuel, he wouldn't need to be a superstar. He'd just need to be a solid piece that helps this defense take the next step. And let's not forget, Marshon Lattimore is coming off an up-and-down season, and there's no guarantee he returns to elite form. Samuel could provide much-needed depth and, insurance at a key position. One thing working in Washington's favor this offseason? Cap space. The Commanders have the 3rd most salary cap room in the entire NFL, sitting at just over $82 million. While some of that will be used for bigger signings, finding quality under-the-radar additions is just as important. Samuel could be one of those signings that moves the needle without breaking the bank. But let's not forget, Washington has other needs too. Edge rushers, linebackers, and offensive line depth are all areas the team could look to address in free agency and the draft. That's why it's crucial for the front office to make smart, calculated moves rather than just splurging on big names. While we're on the topic of improving the roster, let's take a moment to recognize the incredible 2024 rookie class. The Commanders absolutely crushed the draft last year, and their young stars are already paying off in a big way. Jayden Daniels, the franchise quarterback Washington has been waiting for. He played beyond his years as a rookie, leading this team with poise and confidence. It's no surprise he's the favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Mike Sainristil, a revelation in the secondary. Originally a slot corner, he transitioned seamlessly to the outside and made big-time plays, especially in crucial moments. Brandon Coleman, a rock at left tackle. He stepped in as a rookie and provided much-needed stability, giving Daniels time to work his magic in the pocket. With young talent like this already making an impact, adding a player like Samuel Jr. could help round out the secondary and solidify Washington's defense as one of the most dangerous in the NFC. While Asante Samuel Jr. is an intriguing name, he's not the only free agent the Commanders could target. Some other players who could make sense for Washington include Charvarius Ward, CB 49ers, a veteran presence who could bring leadership to the secondary. Dre Greenlaw, LB 49ers. A tackling machine who could instantly upgrade the middle of the defense. Milton Williams, DT, Eagles. A young, disruptive interior lineman who could add depth to the defensive front. Zach Bourne, LB, Saints. An athletic linebacker with versatility to rush the passer or drop in coverage. Each of these players brings something different to the table, and it will be interesting to see how the Commanders approach free agency with their cap space. The Washington Commanders are coming off an incredible 12-5 season, their best finish in over 3 decades. With an NFC Championship appearance and a playoff win for the first time since 2005, it's clear that this team is finally on the rise. And let's not forget, they have their franchise quarterback in Jayden Daniels, who looks like a star in the making. But if Washington wants to take the next step, they need to surround Daniels with elite weapons. Enter Deebo Samuel. Reports have surfaced that the San Francisco 49ers are allowing the all-pro wide receiver to seek a trade. That means he could be on the move this offseason, and guess what? The Commanders are one of the top teams projected to land him. According to DraftKings, the Commanders currently have the 4th best odds, next plus +1,50, to land Deebo Samuel this offseason. The only teams ahead of them? The Denver Broncos, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and of course, the 49ers, who still have the best odds at retaining him. But let's be real. The fact that San Francisco is even considering moving him means there's a real chance he's playing in a different uniform next season. And with Washington having plenty of cap space and an aggressive front office led by Adam Peters, this could be a match made in heaven. Why Deebo Samuel makes sense for Washington. So why should the Commanders go all in on Samuel? Let's break it down. Versatility and playmaking ability. Deebo isn't just a wide receiver, he's a weapon. He can line up in the slot, out wide, and even in the backfield. His unique skill set would give offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury a ton of creative options to maximize his impact. Proven production. While he's only had one 1,000-yard receiving season, his impact on the field goes beyond traditional stats. In 2021, he was named first-team All-Pro after racking up 1,770 scrimmage yards and 14 total touchdowns. That kind of game-breaking ability is exactly what Washington needs. Jayden Daniels needs more weapons. As promising as Daniels is, no quarterback can thrive without elite playmakers. Pairing Deebo with Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson would give Washington one of the most dynamic receiving corps in the league. What would it take to get him? Now, here's the big question. What would Washington have to give up to land Deebo? Samuel, the 49ers are unlikely to just let him walk for nothing. A trade package would likely include a second-round pick and potentially another mid-rounder to get the deal done. Given that Washington has plenty of draft capital and a strong desire to compete now, it might be worth the investment. Another factor is Samuel's contract. He's under a 3-year, $71.5 million deal, which means the Commanders would need to take on a significant cap hit. But with over $82 million in salary cap space, they have the flexibility to make it work. All right, Commanders fans, now it's your turn. Would you like to see Washington go after Asante Samuel Jr. in free agency? Do you think he'd be a good fit in our defense, or should the team look elsewhere for secondary help? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Commanders HQ update. We'll keep bringing you the latest news, rumors, and analysis as Washington builds toward a massive 2025 season. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and as always, hail to the Commanders.